Hello everyone, welcome back to Resistance Front. My name is Said and today is January 7th, 2026. This is actually the first video after the new year in the Christian world calendar. I congratulate the new year and I hope, just like the previous video I mentioned, I hope everything would be dandy for everyone, especially people of Venezuela, because they needed the most the illegal action of stealing another one's and abducting him, beating his wife, putting him on trial with someone else's rules and laws. Uh, it's just absurd. But you know what is more absurd? The way they are trying to show Iranian protests. Anywhere you Google, it looks like Iran has fallen 3 times over. But nobody understands why Iran, after all these hardships, are still standing firm and strong without any kind of wavering. Last night, bunch of thugs stole people's protests. That's right. When people were protesting in peace and government was supporting it, they actually came out and start doing this. And the origin of protests are actually people's livelihood. The grocery is expensive, and after the surgery, the government decided that this is the perfect moment after 12-year war that they should do an extreme surgery on economy. And yeah, but you can totally see that the people here, these rioters, these thugs with machetes, they're armed, they're wasting the rice, the wheat, they're damaging uh, someone else's shop. It's actually a big chain of malls around Iran. Uh, Let me see if I can. Yeah, it's called Ufuk Kurosh. They actually attacked one of these places and didn't even looted it. They brought them out and they wasted it. It totally shows that Islamic Republic shows some distinctions between protesters and rioters. As a revolutionary person, as a common man that lives in this economy, I am unhappy with everything that is happening. But Islamic Republic is something, the ideology, the standing with the oppressed, the justice for society, all that aside, the Islamic values, that's aside, the government and what they are doing with the name of Islamic Republic is actually something else. I do not support this government and I protest against them. But it is really important to understand that Islamic Republic and the government are separated. The government acts behalf on Islamic Republic, but Islamic Republic is a path. It's a path that everyone should walk on. But when they are not doing it, when they are going toward a liberal route and they are bringing neoliberalism as an economy route, it's going to create these chaos when you are lifting off all the subsidies, when you are destroying the livelihood of people. That's what you get, a protest. And Islamic Republic totally support all the protests. But when Israel and United States try to meddle with our democracy, with our democratic exercises like protests, and try to divert the attention toward regime change, something that no government will tolerate and we the people will not tolerate. You can totally see this clown here. Actually, last night wasted a lot of rice. The rice itself is not that important, uh, but it shows. It shows that these people are not hungry. These people are hungry uh, for the invasion of United States and Israel. These are being paid for, and Israel admitted it. We're going to get to that. This was Abdanan. It's in Ilam province of Iran. It's right here. It's not a big city. It's a fairly small, and it's not even the capital of Ilam. Uh, but it is important to understand multiple records actually said that these people that came to the streets, people actually apprehended them and gave it back to police. And it looks like they were not from Abdanan, you know, when people were trying to protest in peace. Like here, you can see that police alongside the people, because the police is just salary. They're just taking a salary. They're just like other people. There's not much difference. You can see that people and the cops are protesting in peace, and this is how they protect the people from these bad apples, because they just want immediately every protest becomes a riot. These sleeping cells that are being paid for and influenced by Israel, Mossad, CIA, these people, the only thing that their goal is to actually create dissent in Iran and create fear in the heart of Iranians. And at the same time, when they are they're planning everything for invading Iran. They want our policemen, our security service, our intelligence service don't care about the drones, the new drones that they want to import, the guns that they want to import. They want to preoccupy our police to not be able to actually stand against the real threat. That's what it is, because of the 12-day war, a lot of assets of Israel was used, and they are just empty. They can't actually make another operation, and they need that in order to bring down Islamic Republic to its knees, to accept Israel as a lawful regime. And people understand the assignment. They know what's going on, and you can see people actually coming to the cops, and they are giving them flowers. And these are not these are not Islamic. The stereotype is not Islamic Republic, because the hijab is the biggest stereotype about Islamic Republic. But you can see that the girls are coming and approaching the policemen and giving flowers, and they are not wearing hijab, so they are not worried about that. They worry about the safety of the country. It's not this is not a social protest. This is a financial one, an economic one, and people are appreciating Islamic Republic that stands with the protests. So I super appreciate these kind of moves. It is actually quite nice to see people appreciate those that are standing on their side. But as you can see, BBC read an article 3 days ago for lawless and rogue regime of United States and their king, Donald J. Trump. He actually stated on a tweet, he actually said that if Islamic Republic suppress the peaceful protesters, we are going to intervene. Oh, I would like to see that happens. I would love to see that happens. Let's see what will happen if you intervene with our internal issues. We already know that CIA is meddling with our protests. Today, in 7th of January, one of the Mossad agents actually was hanged after he was prosecuted. by our judiciary. You can totally see the footstep. First of all, they all the time they claimed that yeah, this is an article by Al Jazeera. They reported on Iran. Khamenei says riots must be put in their place. First of all, say, Supreme Leader, let your mouth get used to it. And the second of all, that was a 1.5 hour speech, and they just chose to pick that line. So if you think Al Jazeera supports Gaza and they support Palestine, be assured that these people are not supporters of resistance. They are not supporters of Palestine. They talk because they need the legitimacy that supporting Palestine will give their lawless regime, all these Arab dictators. They do not support Palestine. The only country on earth that actually supporting Palestine visibly, we are not mouth, we are doing it right in front of your eyes with supporting Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthis, Hashd al-Shabi. We are visibly helping our brothers and sisters in Palestine. The occupied land should be freed. We will not change our mind because you put pressure, sanction, military action on us. We will not change course. This is Islamic Republic and these are Iranian people. We will not change course. This is Israel to Farsi. This is the propaganda they're trying to push. They are putting out pictures that this guy died. Couple of hours later, they put on a statement and say, "Dude, I'm alive." And this right here, this is the real video. Okay, this is the real video. They are not even hitting them directly. That this is the water gun. Okay, that guy should be launched out of the scene, but you can totally and visibly see that they are not even. You can. This is the picture. This man right here. This is the picture, and they gave it to AI to make it look like this. This is how pathetic Israel is. They multiple times stated that we are among you. We are among the rioters. But Islamic Republic didn't fall for it. They accepted the risk of being martyred, of being stabbed, or being shot by these thugs, by these traitors, the agents of evil. But they didn't let people be unprotected and stay unprotected. And this young man lost his life when he was stabbed. He was a Basij member, Amir Hossein Khodayari Fard. He lost his life a couple of days ago. This man, Ali Azizi, he lost his life as well 3 days ago. He was shot. He was shot and he was killed. This is a famous picture. This is actually a famous picture that you can see. Trump tweeted the photo of Iran. This is New York Times. And they debunked one of the most famous pictures of Iranian protests that is totally fabricated. This man just right behind the scene, this is not a protest. They just brought a fire extinguisher and they had that photo. They are trying to shove an animal through people's throat and you can totally see this is ISIS. This is ISIS 101. I don't know what to say. They're trying to bring out, you can see peaceful protests are happening in Tel Aviv right now for a totally illegitimate thing that they want. They don't want to fight. They want others to go fight for them. These people, these Hasidis, they are the ones that actually making others to go fight for Israel, but they don't want to fight themselves. Ain't that ironic? So you can totally see the kids are actually approaching the police, and they are taking picture with their batons. This is Iran. This is Iran. The police is not separated from Iranians. Regular Iranians all support the police. We want to do our protest without being shot at by someone behind our back. We want the police to be with us. And that's what you can see that is happening. And this clown prince of ours, and he's not ours, to be honest. Nobody is taking responsibility for this clown. But you can totally see he is telling people to go and die for me so I can be a king, just like my kind of a father. That's how deprived these people are. Giving up a democracy, a republic, a better one, Islamic Republic. To what? It looks like evolution totally reverse. I don't want to become a monkey after I felt human. I don't want to be a dog of Americans after I felt the freedom that Islamic Republic gave it to all of us. The economy is shit, but not everything is about money. Not everything is about economy. And let me be clear. Everything is affordable. The life is just simply harder. That's it. Everyone can buy, and government actually increase the subsidies, the direct subsidies, that the cash they give to people. That's something that gives some hopes, but it's not totally it's a temporary thing, you know. You can totally see these are the peoples we are facing. A monument. Israelis cannot even tolerate these two persons' monuments. General Qasem Soleimani and General Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis, they cannot even tolerate their simple poster. They want to burn everything to the ashes. What would you do to the heart of Iranians? What would you do? What can you do to Iranian minds that every single one of them are now today another Qasem Soleimani? What would you do with them? And the karma, immediate karma. Just take a look. He actually burned himself. This is probably Islamic Republic's fault, you know. So these animals right here with machetes, guns, and this is the clown Pahlavi regime. Okay, they always say that in Iran we are not able to go and protest for King Reza Pahlavi, as they say it. But wait a minute, Iran has actually tons of people outside. Almost 8 million people live outside Iran in all the countries around the world. The question is, when in Munich, or whatever they call it, they actually formed a really important protest, and less than 50 people show up. A famous monarchist channel called Manoto, You and I, after US aid was cut off, they were getting money from taxpayer money of United States people. So when it cut off by Trump, these people asked of Iranian people, they said, okay guys, 8 million of you guys are out here, and probably all of you hate Islamic Republic, right? Because you are living outside. So the only thing you guys need to do, we need $60,000 per month to be able to operate full capacity. And let me just be clear, 8 million people. 10% of that, just 10% of that, it becomes 800,000 people. And 1% of it will become 80,000 people. And they just needed 60,000 people to just donate $1 per month to save that channel. That channel is now closed because Iranian people do not support monarchism. We want our democracy. Is that so hard to understand? Just because from ballot box death to America arise and come out doesn't mean it's not a democracy. We don't like United States intervention. Is that a hot take? We don't want our president to be stolen. We don't want our leader, God forbid, be in the hand of savages in the West. These barbars never seen in their entire petty life civilization. And you can see that Iranians have to learn English in order to teach them a couple of things about their own country. Otherwise, God forbid they learn a language and actually communicate with others. They don't. I googled Iran suppressed their protests. Look at the articles and look at the pictures. A lot of these pictures are old and they're not being suppressed, by the way. They're old and a lot of them are not even in Iran. This is not in Iran. It's obviously not Iran. This is Rajavi terrorist group. This is in Iran. Look, people are just walking. This is not in Iran. This is in Iran. These are all in Iran. And I googled United States, US suppressed their protests. And they brought Iranian protests. Just take a look. 29 protests has been falan. This is that. It's about Iran. It's preposterous. And take a look. AI here. I'm here to defend. AI is more patriot than a lot of Americans. So it was another actually answer that says simply United States has Second Amendment. The First Amendment, yeah, the second was gone, obviously, but we have the First Amendment. We have freedom of speech. We can protest. Oh, do you? And why we are seeing so many people are being suppressed, especially in college campuses, but they are not. It doesn't become a violent thing. The United States has the most concentrated weapons in the civilian hand on earth. You don't see that in the United States. Nobody is shooting at police. Even in January the 6th, a young woman, Ashley something, actually was shot in the neck and she passed away. She died. But you don't see protests like death of Mahsa Amini happen in the United States. Though that you can totally see she was shot directly by the cops. On the other hand, the videos are totally and visibly shows that Mahsa Amini was not abused at all. She just collapsed because of a disease that she had, and because she was in custody, she was stressed out and the disease hits and she dies. The Islamic Republic doctors say that this was the disease. The independent doctor says the disease, but Iran International, the Israeli funded news outlet. They brought some doctors from outside and they said, no, it's not. And after a year after all those riots, after a year, they came out and said, okay, she was not hurt. It looks like one of them actually lost his job because of that lie. Because his colleagues actually took a look at the pictures and the scans and said, dude, what are you talking about? She's totally fine. There is no injury. And they fired one of them. And after a year, they came out and said, okay, we didn't want to hurt the revolution. Revolution, come on. That was just simply a joke. And after that, they admitted that she was not hurt. So the whole thing and the narration on social media and Western regimes media totally shown that the Islamic Republic looks like they saw the girl in half. But when it comes to Khashoggi, the journalist, actually Trump defend Mohammed bin Salman and said, why are you asking such question from my guest? That's not appropriate question that you ask me. Shit happens. That's how simple for these people human life is. The same thing happened when they called Maduro a dictator. I repeat, Maduro, President Maduro, a democratic election was conducted and he really, in a close call, actually became the president. A good election was held, not like 99%, 96% vote. It is totally legit election. And they call him a dictator. And Trump goes and shake hands with Mohammed bin Salman and Al Jolani, Ahmed al Shara, as they call it. A terrorist. Without any election, they call him a president. In Iran, they call Iran a dictatorship. Iran, when the villages are having election, the city's halls have election to elect a mayor, parliamentary. We elect the Majlis, that they announce all our laws and they pass the bills, all those things. And our president and our supreme leader indirectly by choosing the best of the best of our Shia marjas and Shia clerics. So this is a really bad joke about Iran, that Iran doesn't have democracy. I certainly feel I'm living in a democracy, and I actually advocate for less democratic systems, because I believe we made it too democratic that now nobody taking responsibility for every shit that's happening in Iran. Every time that you say what's going on, presidents say that's not my job, it's some sort of council that are deciding for it, and they announce it. It's by the law, democratic. And I believe that the president should have a lot more power. The Majlis has a lot of power, but they should execute those powers in the more meaningful ways. So you can see that there is no difference between Al Jazeera, Association Press, and Iran International. Probably if Jerusalem Post, I would brought out the Jerusalem Post, there wouldn't be much difference. So, and I googled Iranian took on the street to support Islamic Republic. Nothing. This is what I got. And the reality, this is for yesterday. People actually came out and said, Okay, guys, the protests actually was a little bit violent, though that it was a lot more civil when people are truly unhappy. The 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 amount of people that come out is substantial, and because people are, all sort of people are inside it, it is less likely to become violent, and it is harder if one cocktail molotov by an Israeli agent thrown at a bank or a shop, that's something that you can tolerate and you can take him out after he went home. But the people themselves, that protest is totally legitimate, and Islamic Republic supports it. On national TV multiple times they reported it, and they are actually working with Majlis and government to fix the problem. And they now understand that that surgery on economy was a stupid thing to do at this time. So this was a summarization of Iranian protests, and every time that we are practicing our democracy and practicing our rights, United States and Israel, they always claim that, Israel claims it is the only democracy in the Middle East. First of all, fuck you. Uh, you are not even a government, let alone a democracy. uh, in United States always showed itself. It doesn't do that anymore. They always try to say that we support this, we support that. They don't support shit. They stole a representative of a country, and they are putting him on trial for what? For being becoming a president on the biggest oil reserve on earth. I don't know. Uh, Iran gave a huge slap in the face of United States and Israel in 12-day war, and they want revenge, baby. And they can do their worst, because Iranian people, we stand with our government. We stand with Islamic Republic, and we do not move even an inch, because that's what revolutionaries do. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching this. Goodbye.